Good morning from the L&A parking plot. You're looking at the carrot bed, which was harvested over the weekend. And what's marked out here is the 12-inch wide kill zone of an L&Aser module that we had pass over and treat this crop. And we have some really fun and interesting observations to make. First and foremost is that the stress response to the two modes of action, the thermal and photochemical stress that we impart, puts all these weeds to seed early. It's a stress-induced emergency reproductive technique, and you can see it here. And if you get the weeds at the right time, you'll see that that happens very consistently. And you'll note pretty clean beds. All that's left here are the weeds that grew, but every single one of them shows the signs of taking the hit. So in this case, you see these very stunted sort of dwarf plants. You can see that this is a malformed weed here, shows the early signs of treatment, didn't die outright. Very, very stunted. More very early weeds that were treated. More stunted plants. You can see this is the mare's tail, a lot of this horseweed up here in northern Sacramento Valley. Pretty resistant species. In fact, disperses like a dandelion, so it can get bad. Here we go. Very stunted. Interestingly, the same thing happens with the carrots, the crops. So here's a carrot that was hit and also did the same thing that we see under that stress, and it's gone to seed, and this is the only one among the entire group. So every other carrot survived, and even ancillary blows didn't kill them. You can see here what remains. This is pretty dense pressure. I'm sure that the reason this guy got hit was because there was a lot of weeds in here up close. And so it was a victim of friendly fire. We're working on models to overcome that. I also noticed that there seems to be a higher percentage of weeds growing towards the edges of the treatment band. Just didn't quite die here. These were probably glancing blows. This ground covering is very interesting to me. I'm wondering to what extent these have been converted into sort of a cover crop. They don't occupy much space. They remain stunted like all other treated weeds. But does that help in a place that gets to 116 degrees and stays above 150 days a year? Could be, but I'm not a farmer. So we'll move on down this way. Again, just such a high number of really stunted seeds. And the question here is, are these sterile? You know, do these seeds, are they viable? What does this do to the seed bank over time? I think things didn't work out so well down here. You can see where this was hit a few times. You can see this was stunted. Seeds to come. Those are probably not sterile, huh? If only some researchers could find out for us. We got to stay in our wheelhouse, which is developing ag tech hardware, but the only way to do that is to method act farming. And that's what we do here at L&A. Have a great day, guys.